What format to play twice. They bounced back after falling in game 1 to Renegades. They went with AMS in a 1v1, a tightly contested 1v1 against Fever. We'll see who gets the choice after game 1 here. We're underway. AllMid and 0-1. Loser is out of Gamers8.
That's what we were saying, or Gregan and I were saying in the last series, how Endpoint, they were outmatched in 1s and 2s, and so the battle has to be won in 3v3. I think the same holds true here for AllMid. If they can catch 0-1 out and find their way in and get a 3v3 victory, then they can start to rely on that to win the series. It will be tough, and maybe they have a chance in 2s, but it will be difficult. This 0-1 team, saw them against Dignitas, and I don't think that really got a true inkling of their power. Third in the MENA region, and Falcons made everyone in MENA look small during the season. What a save!
Flitz and Zazonix almost got caught up in a Rule 1. They decided to forego that out of the corner.
They're playing 2v2 later.
Of course.
Maybe not.
We haven't seen a Rule 1 in this entire event, have we?
That's true.
That is weird.
Well, I mean, it doesn't happen that often, does it? I don't feel like it's once per tournament. Probably like
but with so
0.6
many
per
games,
tournament.
I mean, by the end of this, we'll have played, what, 36 matches?
Decent amount.
Get down to the top 8? Wild that we haven't seen one yet.
Just wait till we get to the best of 7s.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, there's still plenty of time. Imagine when the stakes are at their highest, that's when we have one. Flitz dispossessed here by Zazonix. And AMS battling in the corner there as Angel tried to bring one across. Now Flitz looking for help, finding very little there as here goes Mosin, and the shot blocked away at the last moment by Angel.
I was getting scared when I see Mosin have a flick. Really powerful. Also really effective in 2v2. Mosin will stop the ball in front. Set it up. It's been fairly even so far. Neither team really gaining one advantage over the other, but 1R starting to push down the field. Even the clears aren't working out entirely for AllMid. They didn't get midfield control. You saw them forced off the boost, and they're starting to run out. 2 players on 0, just picking up a canister as Angels. So that's going to help them out, but they need a clear to complement that boost. And they're not getting it. Getting stuffed on the back wall, getting chipped off the play, and even there, sending 2 players out works out for 0-1. Clear over to the corner, but can they actually get possession? That's the trouble right now for AllMid.
We're seeing one near miss, and that's been about it. Not much threatening on either half. Both teams kind of in that feeling out phase, waiting to see if anybody's going to make a mistake that they can capitalize on. So far, has not happened. Flitz, the midfield boost, then turned away. Then he jumps in on the attack, and now AMS will have it, coming back the other way. 0-1, trying to get it out of their zone. They do, and AMS jumping in front. Clever play, but still nobody forward as AllMid able to clear the zone, at least for the moment. And there's another clearance coming out from Angel after Flitz fell away from the play.
AllMid continue to be forced into these booming clear situations. It's been difficult to actually find each other in space, see them having to react to 0-1. It's always 0-1 in control. Even they're swinging around, they need the bump. That's the best defensive play that AllMid have had yet. And breaking through the midfield line is Kiri. It's about that follow-up touch, and where's the midfield presence? Flitz has to come back, and they got to start again from their own wall. I think maybe it was Angel who came on the far side, left the play for that, or not the corner boost, but one of those canisters. Doesn't hurt AllMid here, but they're certainly reacting to 0-1 right now. 0-1 have had better control of the ball. AllMid have gotten those clears. They're starting to get challenges, but it's been a battle to move to the orange half.
Statistically, AllMid has technically been the better team in 3s. 1-1 and a +3 goal differential. Remember, they played Gaming Gladiators 0-1. They won their first match and then ran up against Dignitas, and they dropped a game 7-1 in that series in 3s. So their numbers significantly skewed, but they are 1-3 in the format. The only win coming in their victory over Renegades. It was the second 3v3 of that series. They returned the favor, shutting out RNG. 20 seconds remain here. Mawson's shot easily deflected away by Kiri, And he'll carry up to the side, looking for help in midfield. And again, there just isn't much there. So he brought it down to ground. Mawson deflects. Now Flitz. Can't get one central. Got a demolition at least. That opens up a window of opportunity for AllMid to try and steal one at the last moment. But Mawson avoids contact, and then we'll bring this to ground. We go to OT scoreless.
That was stoicism there from Mawson, preventing what would have been a bump on the backboard. He avoids it, protects the ball to go to OT, and now they've won the kickoff as well. AllMid, they've played defense for basically 5 minutes. They had a couple of chances there at the end to push 0-1 back, but losing that kickoff in the overtime, that's enough to kill all that momentum you built up to that 0-second moment. Clear here, Mawson there to kill it in midfield.
Deep into the corner, and again, launched away. Ams to the corner again. There's just almost no effort to actually score until there. Kiri's shot had a lot of pace, still dealt with. Flitz trying to go in behind Mawson, but had support. And now Angel, this will drop down and sent away by Ams. More importantly, finished away as Zezenik's trying to fall into position here, find his place on the pitch. Another clearance coming out, and Zezenik's thought about it, but Flitz will dance around him. Mawson's right there, and still just nothing brewing for either side.
Interesting little wall dash pass there from Mawson. I don't know if he got it enough power, as much power as he was hoping on that, but a very interesting play nonetheless. Here come AllMid and almost snuck it into the post. The thing about these tight games is you can lose control for the entire game, but you get one solid counterattack, one solid shot on net like this, and you will win the game! Kiri wins game 1 for AllMid.
Kiri with the OT winner after nearly 90 extra seconds. And it's AllMid that takes control in the series, and now for the 3rd time in Gamers8, 0-1 will have a choice. And we mentioned earlier on, against Renegades, they opted for ones. Ams held his own against Fever, though Fever certainly put up a fight. But then against Dignitas, they went with 2s, presumably because they didn't want to deal with Jack or Jorius in 1s. The problem is they had to deal with Jack and Jorius in 2s.
Yeah, it's a weird strat. Didn't work out well for them, did they?
No,
AllMid is a much different opponent than Dignitas is, and I think that, you know, you could go for the same strat. You save Ams for the 1v1 later on after losing this game. Get the 2v2 out of the way. I do think 0-1 are a stronger 2v2 team. Mawson and Ams link up all the time. Watch these two play together. They can be absolutely disgusting. As far as AllMid, I mean, which way do you go here? I think Kiri has played in 2v2, I think, the most. I think in qualifiers, it was always Kiri and maybe Angel sometimes. But I'm curious what pairing they go up with. I'm pretty confident 0-1 are going to go Ams Mawson, though.
Well, I imagine 0-1's just going to go with 1s here and send Ams and just say, all right.
Right, I was assuming it was 2s. You're right.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, my strat's great. You should go with that.
Well, let's see. We saw the scoreboard briefly. It is 2s.
2s.
So, and it is Mawson, and I believe they went with Ams. So you can have Ams and Mawson going to work. It was Zezenik's and Mawson when they played 2s against Dignitas, and I believe against Renegades as well. Here we go. Mawson, oh no, it's Mawson and Zezenik's.
Oh,
so there you go.
Coming in, all right.
So Ams will sit on the bench and presumably come out if a 1s match is needed. Meanwhile, Angel and Kiri, where it was Flitz and Kiri in the previous 2v2 against Gaming Gladiators.
Flitz, very solid compliment to Kiri in 2v2. But I am surprised they haven't gone Mawson, Ams, and 2s. What a flick!
Hello.
Oh, Mawson. The control on the sidewall here, just perfect. Puts it up over the defender. He can't get there. He literally just hopped over him like he was, I don't know. This isn't like Mario. I don't know. What did he hop over him like?
I don't know.
Nothing.
We'll come up with it later.
We're dropping it.
Yeah, we'll come up with it later. So, Kiri looking for a quick answer off the kickoff and instead had to back off, let that ball get away just a little bit too far. Mawson up high, and Angel's got the clear. Of course, this crowd was waiting for something to cheer for, and 0-1 has finally given it to them. So this goes all the way across. Zezenik's is there, but so too is Angel. Angel had to do a lot of work there. Zezenik's trying to make him burn all of his boost, and nearly succeeded.
Yeah, but 0-1, they got full tanks, and they even get the free ball in midfield. Just using those air dribbles to their liking. Nice little catch and maybe a feint on how they're going to approach it. See him maybe go for the pass, maybe he cuts back in for the challenge. It is AllMid having to respond. Maybe having to rely on those counterattacks as well. They got the one to win game number 1. As long as AllMid keep it close, those counterattacks can absolutely be the difference. Get the boost steal, but AllMid, Angel, wanting to pull off the play, maybe force a bad touch, but instead he's just giving up possession. Popped up in front, and it's taken away. AllMid not going to take every challenge. It's been good defensively so far. Kiri also punching one player out. Flitz gets challenged in front, and maybe he can get it out, but a good recovery, but a better shot off the post. Not good enough.
I was about to mark down a goal for Kiri, who'd been playing very well the majority of opportunities in that threes matchup. Eventually the overtime winner has had a couple decent looks here in the first couple of minutes of the twos matchup, but still AllMid trails. Kiri has to go right back to work. Gonna need a lot of help out of Angel here. Again, the combination of Zazonix and Mawson, so difficult for a team like AllMid to deal with, unlike anything they're used to seeing, and they said as much during the interview before this whole event. They said, yeah, all these teams from the Middle East are unlike anything they usually face, and Zazonix will score here, as it just looked like Mawson had them all mesmerized.
I mean, he changed direction right in front of the net. AllMid, you got to be thinking Mawson in the corner. He sees Zazonix there in the third, thinks, okay, you got to respect the pass. You can't go out, get that challenge too early. He's frozen on the goal line, and then Mawson makes it really uncomfortable by changing direction. Be like, no, I'm going for the shot, and then left it open for Zazonix, and an easy goal, really. I mean, Mawson, 2 now excellent goals for 0-1. That's a nice carry, but just not enough on it.
And then this pinch is all the way downfield. Angel's going to be in a real awkward spot. Zazonix just tracking this just ahead of Kiri. Mawson up, but a little too slow as Angel had the read. Advantage defender in this case. But Zazonix right back down to the blue half of the field. And again, every time this ball repelled, it makes the task for AllMid that much tougher. It makes the mountain that much taller to climb, as they've got a big one in front of them right now. 90 seconds left. Down 2 goals now, and not many real good looks at the 0-1 net, either in the threes or this twos game.
I mean, this is kind of what AllMid, I mean, at least you should have been expecting against 0-1. You have to, that's why we were saying the threes were so important for AllMid. They have to clean up those 3v3s, because 2s and 1s are going to be difficult. You do not have the advantage in those modes. 0-1 are showing you why right now. Mawson doing an excellent job setting up Zazonix. That's a nice 50. Set things up. It's wasting more time on the clock. AllMid just haven't had a lot of offense. Maybe one air dribble, maybe a flick, maybe a feint. Does get the 50 out. This could be a chance for AllMid. Lets the touch drop down. What does Angel have here? Nothing. 0-1 hanging on here on the defensive half, and even that touch right there just sent to the far side by Mawson.
Down to the final 30 seconds now. Mawson just going to burn a little more time off the clock. All that possession for 0-1 means AllMid has to do a lot of extra work just to even have the opportunity to erase a 2-goal deficit. It just feels like 0-1 holds all the pieces right now. No boost there spawning for Kiri, so got to stick with the 60 he had. Doing as much as he can.
There you go.
He set up Angel with 8 seconds left. Kiri made something out of not a whole lot.
60+ boost, no problem. Stacks gets underneath, kept his dodge at the last possible moment, and a wonderful passing play to beat out the defense. You bought yourself 8 seconds here. Haven't had a lot of offense, comes down to the kickoff.
And they go with the fake, but Angel didn't get it cleanly. It went out to the side, but way too laterally, and then the demolition will kill off any of AllMid's hopes of tying the game as 0-1 ties the series. And then we go back to threes, where, I'll be honest, it certainly was not the most exciting matchup. It was not fast-paced at all. It was, yeah, a lot of back and forth. Not a lot of physical play either. It didn't feel like the field opened up. Everybody was just kind of cluttering spaces. And, well, we went scoreless for another 90 seconds into overtime before Kiri ended it. So I wonder if there are going to be any adjustments, if either team decides to change anything up to maybe try and open up the field a bit and open up the scoring.
I think it's an easy adjustment for 0-1 and 3v3 because, again, AllMid, their only success has been on the counterattack. Not even just in threes, but also in twos. That last play was a counterattack, and then they couldn't win on the kickoff. I think they've been weaker on that front. So if, or for 0-1, you have to limit those counterattacking opportunities. They've done so for the most part. AllMid are probably going to get a couple of chances at it. So you just got to be aware of the rotation. You don't want to position optimistically. 0-1 played solid in the twos. They played really well in the 3v3. It was a 0-0 overtime. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up going that way again. Maybe you do open up the field with some more demos. Maybe you continue to facilitate Mawson, who I thought looked good in both modes so far. We'll see. 0-1, it could be in a really good spot. You win this game, then AllMid are forced into the 1v1, and I think that it might all but assured give 0-1 the advantage into moving into the next stage of the bracket.
You almost feel like now AllMid has to cash in on 3v3s every chance they get. Every time. Because you look at the matchup of AMS versus any of AllMid, and you go, advantage 0-1.
Loss.
So here we go. We'll see if AllMid can indeed make it a pair of 3v3 victories and again enter the driver's seat in this elimination matchup, the first in Group D today.
You saw already AllMid tried to get more aggressive, and last man had to make a stop. He does. That's what I wanted to see from AllMid, getting more aggressive in the midfield, starting to challenge these balls, not letting 0-1 come into your half for free. They haven't really gotten completely boost starved on a lot of these pushes. They were very willing to let 0-1 come forward. They weren't netting a lot of success that way. It made the midfield really hard to contend. They can be more aggressive. We already see some demos, AllMid, putting more pressure on right now than they did in all the 5 minutes of the first 3v3. And here's another shot, puts it up high. Does he get a second one? It's taken away.
This is, I mean, you can tell from the interviews, not the most confident team at this event, talking about AllMid. They understand where they are in the pecking order of all these teams, especially from their own region, North America. Smalson's going to clear this one away. But they've been given just a little bit of hope. With Kiri getting that overtime winner in game one, they kind of survived their first test, and that gives them a lot more room for error as we go into the rest of the series. And then, look, ones is ones. It's just mano-a-mano at that point. You give them at least a puncher's chance to maybe force a fifth game if they need to.
I mean, how many NA teams at AllMid's level would dream to be at an international LAN with this caliber of competition? It may be a crew battles format, but you're gaining so much experience by playing all these different teams. And AllMid, while they do know where they stand in the pecking order, they've still putting up a valiant effort here against 0-1. And it's been close, Stacks. And, you know, we were feeling, or at least Gregan was feeling, and I was kind of inclined to agree that it would be 0-1 all day, but it has been close. If it does come down to the 1v1, if AllMid can't win this game, then that might be what sends them home. But if they do win this 3v3, then they put the game in the hands of that final game 5 3v3 if they can't somehow pull out a victory in that 1v1.
Oh,
Mawson knows it, and he's going to deliver the first goal.
How does this go through? Just clang one off the crossbar and force it through. Kiri got a piece of it, but it just wasn't enough. Mawson, second goal of the series. And if the first game is any indication, that might be enough. AllMid now has to change it up just a little bit. But if you think that this AllMid team, now granted, this is all online before, but if you think they're not capable of punching way up above their head, just ask NRG what they think of AllMid as a team. I think they still see them in their nightmares occasionally, as AMS will lob one forward, and here's Angel to try and start a counterattack. You wonder how many more opportunities AllMid is going to get. at the 0-1 half of the field. This is one here. Skier's got one demo. Could not get Zazonix. May try and get him coming back, but instead Zazonix quickly out of the zone. Kiri did get another demo, and maybe it's enough to slow down the attack.
Nice.
But there's AMS, they missed it high, and a big break for AllMid.
That could have been even deadlier if Kiri hadn't have stopped, slowed down on that 50 while that shot was coming. It was going to be hard to find the net. It was well covered. Done by AllMid in this position again, facing all this pressure from 0-1. They need to find that game-tying goal. 0-1 flying in front of every challenge. They've got protection of the boost. AMS gonna win that touch and a miss off the backboard. Nobody was expecting it on 0-1, and AllMid are thankful for it.
All the way across, this goes a failed pinch effort. Could be costly.
Oh!
It was. They tried to pinch it downfield. It turned into utter disaster, and Zazonix made him pay.
Almost picture perfect on the placement, but Zazonix, he bent the frame a little bit to make that one work. And that, it's gonna be tough to come back. AllMid's offense, they've tried the demos, they've tried the physical game. Flitz has had a couple of nice tries in front of the net. AllMid are trying to switch it up when they do get possession of the ball, but they just cannot stop this high-flying attack whenever 0-1 march down the field. And here's another one. The net almost caught out open, but it's taken away.
This looking very similar to the series with Renegades from 0-1, where they get shut out in the first game, 1-0. They come back with a shutout of their own in the second 3v3. Something has clicked now for the Middle Eastern squad. It's Angel trying to get the counterattack started. Flitz was there for the pass, and then he wasn't. AMS with the demo, and Zazonix isn't going to get there for this pass, so Mawson has to go all the way back and stop a quick counter from Flitz. Opportunity again for AllMid, but that pass just never gets down there. Kiri's waiting on the ground. You got to be a little more aggressive. You hear it in like youth soccer all the time. Go up and get the ball, and it just hasn't worked out for AllMid, waiting for it on the ground.
Someone put a wheel up. They need to score with time left, and there's not a lot. It's that one blocked again every single time. Pass in front, another shot, bounces off the corner, another shot, a goal, and 8 seconds left. This is the exact situation they were in the 2v2. They score a goal, and they have 8 seconds.
Unbelievable. Well, I hope the kickoff is a lot better in this instance than it was before. They went to the fake kickoff, and it fell flat on its face. They got 8 seconds. Kiri will take it. Flitz went after Zazonix. They'll get the shot away, and it's saved by Mawson with 3 seconds. Down to 1. No time on the clock, and 0-1 has a 2-1 lead.
That was a beautiful touch to end the game. Saw both defenders sitting in midfield, knowing you need a hard touch, but one that's going to hit the ground, not the ramp or the wall. And 0-1 kept saying it over and over. Going to say it again. AllMid needed to win that 3v3. 0-1 only 1 game away from eliminating AllMid, and we will go to 1v1. It's AMS and likely Angel. That's who AllMid went with last time they played 1v1.
Yeah, Angel falling to OSM, a 6-5 scoreline. I mean, both these players played tight 1-goal games, with Fever from Renegades putting up one heck of a fight against AMS in the previous round yesterday. We'll see how things go this time around, and do they, again, go with Angel? This is, of course, where AllMid really suffers, because we talked about it earlier. Chronic was the one who got them here with stellar 1v1 play.
Yeah.
And now you got to call on Angel, Flitz, or Kiri to come up with an answer, most likely for AMS, as we get set for game number 4. And it could be the last game in this tournament for those guys, AllMid.
I am curious how AllMid will approach this 1v1. We'll figure it out as soon as we get into the game, but for AMS, I mean, in 0-1, you got to feel it, right? The writing feels like it's on the wall. And again, with AllMid, just their story to get here, impressive. This is a team that they don't make regionals. They don't even make regionals in their own region. This is the number 3 team in the Middle Eastern region. And as this tournament has shown us so far, Stacks, it's that while Falcons might be 9 for 9 in MENA regionals, the teams they were beating weren't that bad. And if anything, only adding an exclamation point onto Falcons and how impressive that really may turn out to be. AllMid, it's an uphill battle, to say the least. I think we haven't understated that at all. And let's see AMS Just gonna drop down on the reset, give himself the quick recovery. Another catch. Angel stays close, didn't have a lot of boosts. Does get the canister. Angel just having to weave around AMS. And he does win a big 50. He might get the first goal here. Excellent job there from, oh, he left it. Tried to get back into position. I think Angel knew it wasn't on, but also knew he couldn't get a good read on the bounce. And so tried to put himself in position to withstand the counterattack. AMS gets there in time though, and that might be the first for AMS. Angel diving back. And a good bounce so far in the first minute. Angel making some smart decisions when things aren't necessarily going perfectly for him. Having to dodge the bump, and he gets that one as well.
We've seen so many of those air dribble bump attempts. We saw 3 in a row yesterday. The one finally worked out for Jan. And an incredible comeback as AMS has broken by this time. He got by Angel, and AMS finally breaks the scoreless deadlock.
Yeah, perfect half flip, landing off the ramp for AMS. Angel probably expecting maybe he plays shadow. I could carry this ball. Maybe he tries to play it out to the corner, but no, AMS takes the smarter decision there. He's shaded by the ball, so Angel can't see him. Back or half flipping right into the ball, perfect 50.
This very low scoring series that it's been, we finally get to the 1v1 where AMS is the only one on the field for 0-1. That's his first goal of this series. And it puts 0-1 in position now to advance to the second lower bracket round. The winner here. Oh, AMS, hello. Where in the world was Angel going? Wherever it was, they forgot to take the ball with them.
Oh, you see Angel cut in, knowing AMS has a couple of different options. He can go for the hard shot. He can go for the fake. He can go for the hard cut. I mean, AMS just had all of the length there. Angel coming from the far side of the field, and you just have to cover too much. It's a good kickoff from Angel if he can get back to the ball, but good recovery from AMS back to the corner.
Boost over ball there for Angel after he realized he couldn't get the ball cleanly, then obliterated, taken off the field. Quick respawn, but just not enough. Spawned across the way, at least had a good look at the whole field, but AMS just held everything there, and there was no contest.
Yeah, valiant effort from Angel there. It potentially savable, but like you said, you have to come full supersonic at the ball when you're coming off the spawn there. Angel cuts in, and AMS beats him on the far side of the net. We're seeing the difference here between Angel and AMS as he wins another kickoff and he gets another goal. There's just too much power, too much in AMS' arsenal for Angel to deal with. It's been such a strong ground game overall from AMS. That's really been what's killing Angel, is the quick ground game from AMS. Angel trying to dive in on those challenges hasn't worked out.
So AMS firmly in control. Angel has not been able to fight back just yet. Had a decent look very early on in this game, but you'd have to wager, what, 80% of the possession has just been dominated by AMS. Doesn't have possession this time, only because just deleted off the field for a moment. AMS just gonna watch here as Angel drives in and picks a spot. Easy stop. Angel tries again, going up high. High risk play, and then came to ground, couldn't keep possession, just tried to get way too fancy, and now AMS is just gonna burn a little time off the clock before finally scoring.
Yeah, a little bit of friendly BM. To waste time on the clock, it's not BM. But Angel, I like the approach that he had. You saw him come down and force AMS into a touch that he couldn't immediately recover on or send towards the net, go to protect the midfield boost, and give himself another chance at it. He has to be mechanical in that situation, taking the ball up the wall. He couldn't make contact, but everything leading up to that last moment for Angel was well set up. He just couldn't deliver the final blow.
Angel will score here just inside 2 minutes. We saw a comeback of 4 goals from Jan yesterday, and maybe just a glimmer of hope for AllMid as Angel finally gets one on the board.
AMS hasn't been completely dominant on the kickoffs. Angel has won a couple of them, so it's absolutely winnable. But then AMS getting to the kickoff forces Angel back, now having to wait for AMS off the ceiling. A good block, he might have to break, but AMS' recovery's fast. Angel knew he had to shoot it hard, and he got the perfect touch. There it is, Stacks.
Yeah, what a stop right in front, right in the dead center of the net. And you can see just hammering down on the boost to get forward as quickly as he could to finally get that shot away just out of the reach of AMS. But the importance there for Angel, there could not have been even a half second of wasted movement or satisfaction in making the save. It had to be immediately attack mode, and this time he kind of hesitated, and AMS made him pay for it.
AMS left that ball for Angel, let him hit that into a bad situation. You see him fake the challenge, and that gave him a perfect read on the ball. He got the bounce, got Angel to bite, and that's all it took to take that back. So that momentum immediately stuffed for Angel. Nice play from AMS. It can be so easy to let the momentum swing outside of your favor. But then those switch-ups, that's why those mix-ups and having so many tools in your arsenal makes it hard to come back against 1v1 players like AMS.
And Angel, just a missed opportunity here as he couldn't get to that high bouncer, couldn't jump on it in time to maybe keep it down, keep it manageable, and get control. This goes to the corner, and not likely to score from there, but certainly gave it the old college try. And now AMS just back in control. And every time, maybe sense that Angel's confidence waning a little bit more, realizing he's got to come up with something truly special. Went with the low 50, that didn't work out. So it does go to the corner, and AMS right back in position, blocking that shot effort.
Good effort here from AMS in this 1v1. Angel, he had some solid opportunities. He even had a chance at a shot earlier that he just ended up missing. He rushed his opportunity earlier on, but Angel wasn't without his tries, and AMS gave him a couple of different looks. Angel bit on too many of them, and he is gonna pick up a goal here, but 16 seconds, 3 goals, really talking about getting it out of reach unless you're immaculate on these kickoffs.
Yeah, it's gotta be the 3 best kickoffs of Angel's life here.
You gotta be able to read where AMS is going with the ball. You gotta know how to flip into the ball. Do you flip? Do you try to play it safe? I don't think you can play it safe on the kickoff.
He tried to play it slow and hope that AMS would roll it into him. Gotta at least get one netward, and he landed on top of it. And then AMS with the bump there, almost like a little, well, you know, nice try. It didn't work out. AMS will look for one more for the road. He won't get it, and that will do it. 0-1 survives and advances, and we'll wait to see who wins coming up next between Renegades and Gladiators.